anything for you.
Hello, my wonderful biology students, pre-AP, of course. Today in class, you're going to be doing two things. One is that you're going to be going over some notes that I know you're all really excited about. They are called RM3. Go in your notes section when you're done with them. What I'd like for you to do is take turns reading each paragraph, and you need to highlight. Jody Alexander is dancing in the background. It's very distracting.
I'm not dancing. I'm just waving my arms back and forth.
Okay. Highlight all of the underlined phrases that are in your notes. So you're reading them out loud, highlighting, and then when you're done with it, you're going to put it in the notes section of your notebook. Those are really important notes. I'm going to take questions directly from those notes and put them on the test this week. So be sure that you're paying close attention. Those will also be available. I think they already are on Moodle right now. So if you lose them, you can go back and get them. Anyway, I wanted to show you how to do the lab that you're going to be doing in class today in case it's confusing. Your lab, it says RM4, is about the enzyme catalase. Catalase is an enzyme that's found in all living things, and it is important because it breaks down a very scary toxin that your body produces sometimes or comes in contact with that you know as hydrogen peroxide. Observe. Hydrogen peroxide is actually poisonous to your cells. So I know what you're thinking. Why in the world do we put hydrogen peroxide on cuts and wounds? Well, here's why. When you're... Guys, zip it. Moving on. Hydrogen peroxide, when it comes in contact with your cells, there's little enzymes there waiting called catalase enzymes, and they're going to break down this hydrogen peroxide into two things that your cells have no problem with. One is water, the other is oxygen, and you can see this reaction happening. When you start seeing those bubbles, if you've ever had a cut and you pour hydrogen peroxide on it, you'll see bubbles, and that is evidence that that oxygen is being released. What's left behind on your skin? Just regular old water. Now, are we the only ones that have catalase enzymes? No. Even potatoes have catalase enzymes, and that's what your lab is about today. So I'm going to show you what you need to do to get set up for your lab. When you get to your lab stations, make sure that everything gets put back just like it is when you get there. It should be very nice and clean. Wipe up your counters when you're done with it. Okay, so I'm going to leave a bag of potatoes for each class. You just need a little piece of potato. You don't need the whole potato. So when your group gets it, you have a little bitty paring knife. Just cut off a very small portion. You need actually two little pieces for this experiment. So when you're done, you'll have a little piece of potato that looks something like this, okay? So when you're done with the potatoes, put them back in the bag. Don't make a mess. The first thing that you're going to do is take your potato, put it in a petri dish like this. Petri dish. Take the hydrogen peroxide and pour it on the potato. Observe. And it says write down what you see. We're looking for qualitative types of data and quantitative types of data. So if you don't remember what those are, Google it or look it up in your book. But you need to give me both types of data, qualitative and quantitative. Okay? Then it says you're going to take some hydrogen peroxide, pour it in a cup. So you want to probably get, this is a 250 milliliter beaker. If yours is a 250 milliliter beaker, you could probably pour about 150 mils into here. Hydrogen peroxide. Pour it in there. Then what you're going to do is take your other piece of potato that was not used in your first experiment, drop it in the hydrogen peroxide, record your observations, write down at least one question about it. The next thing you're going to do is observe what happens when we soak a piece of filter paper in this little solution that I have here. So you're going to get a piece of filter paper. Here, see. All I've done is taken some filters and punched them with a hole punch. So if your class is out or doesn't have enough, just make some more. You just need one little piece of filter paper, and so be careful because it kind of gets stuck together. So you get your piece of filter paper, and then what you're going to do is, this is just a solution of potatoes and water. Take your filter paper, soak it in there for about 10 seconds. You're going to take it back out, put it in the same beaker with the hydrogen peroxide, and record what you see and what happens. And it asks you to do the same thing again, except this time you're going to get some quantitative data about how long it takes for the reaction to take place. So you'll need a stopwatch for the 4th step on your notes. You can use the clock at the front of the room, or you may use your cell phone as long as you're responsible to time that reaction. Record your observations when you're all done. Oh, I forgot to mention, everything that you do on this lab should be recorded on the back of the paper. Make sure your name is on it, and you can turn it into your substitute when you're done. So, anyway, hope you all do well. My 8th period class would like to say
hello.
Hey.
Hi.
You're welcome.
There. Looking mighty fine.
There's the rest of them.
God.
These are the only kids I had 8th period, so they were
Awesome.
listening this whole time. So, anyway, hope you all do a good job. Be good for the sub, and I will see you tomorrow. Study, 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 because you're going to have a test this week. Don't forget about your notebook, because I'm going to take a grade on that too.